Hey, what's up, guys? Tugi here, back again, and it is time to truly begin our FHM4 journey. As you can see, as a result of the poll, we will be controlling Espoo United in the Finnish second tier. Now, before we begin, I will say, between the first episode and this one, there has actually been a roster update and just a patch in general that has fixed some things. But, for example, I think the one I really mentioned, or the one I primarily mentioned as far as moves that weren't in, was the Kyle Turris trade. That is now in effect, among other trades. And, to be honest, our team in general, from what I can recall, is quite improved, which is nice. So no longer is our main goal just to see what Jesse Ilanen can do this season. Our goal is to have success, which is nice. But I will say, of course, we passed up on using the Syracuse Crunch, which I believe finished in second in the poll, and the North Bay Battalion. All three, I think, would have been interesting choices. But I'm intrigued to see how this goes, because along with the roster update and other parts of the patch, just improving the gameplay, as we'll call it, at the end of this season, for the 2018-19 season, the changes that are happening to the AHL and the ECHL will take effect. So, for example, the Colorado Eagles will be bumped up to the AHL automatically, and the Maine Mariners will be added to the ECHL, which makes me think maybe that should be my goal, is to have a successful season here, try to jump to the ECHL with the Maine Mariners, build my way up to the AHL, and then the NHL. We'll see. I honestly have no idea how this is going to go, as I forgot to move my keyboard back over here. That's all I was doing right there. But anyway, let's get down to business. I'm intrigued to see how this will go for a YouTube series. On Twitch, obviously, it's just, hey, play the game. But for a YouTube series where we want to make a bit more progress, I'm intrigued to see how this will go. I will say, though, link in the description if you are interested in this game. It is a part of the Steam holiday sale. It's 50% off right now. $20 in the US, $20 US if you want to pick this game up. I highly recommend it. Link will be in the description. Anyway, enough shameless promotion that I'm not getting paid for whatsoever, which I'm not, literally. Nor do I want to be. I don't know. I don't know. Some people are like, hey, do you have a deal with them? It's like, no, I don't. They just make a game that I really like, so they deserve the promotion for it. Anyway, to start this off, it's just... Now, here's the thing, right? And I said this before. If you're not used to this interface, you can get a little bit lost. And thankfully, though, I'm feeling all right. Let's start off with the joy of hiring staff members, because why not? Let's try to get as good of a team together as we can. And actually, it's going to be a little bit cut off here, but we have a goalie coach in the bottom left-hand corner, a defensive coach, offensive coach, skill coach, and trainer. We're actually very well set up. I have no reason to make a change whatsoever. So that is quite promising. As far as scouting goes, now this is tough. We can auto-assign scouts, as they are just looking at players in Nordic Europe and in our current league. For those who don't know, for example, if we were to assign this scout on our own, we could look at certain regions in the world. We could look at certain leagues, any league, including we could sit here and scout under 14 players in Finland, who we could eventually try to sign a few years down the road. It is quite ridiculous. But because we're a second-tier team, I'm thinking the best option is probably just to go with what the game has assigned. Although I'm not sure how we can really progress with bringing in other players. Like, can I find a half-decent player in the Austrian league or even the Australian league that would be worth bringing over? Typically, from my understanding, it is better to bring these players over at the end of a season rather than at the beginning of a season. We're in the preseason right now, so let's just auto-assign our scouts here. I guess the next step is to look at the free agent list and see if we can get any game changers over here. Holy hell! Now there are some solid players that we could be looking to bring over. But to be honest, I am shocked by some of these ratings. Now, I do wonder, though. I can only assume by these ratings that it is scaled for the league that we are in. Because I guarantee you, Yuri Tolusti is not rated as one of the better players. Or then again, maybe we just don't have them scouted. That could be it. It's either the ratings are scaled for the league that you're in, or we don't know anything about him. So, yeah, see, the consensus ability is only a 2.0, I might have to make a jump cut here. Emmy, can you please not bark at squirrels out the window? Thank you. Thank you. So that's what it is. We just don't have these players scouted out. But, based off of name value, we could still look to bring someone in. So, we are actually going to clear these assignments because these scouts are going to go to work with trying to bring us some NHL veterans, more than likely. Let's go ahead and scout Yuri Hoodler. I'd be all right with bringing him in. Fedor Tutin as well. I mean, we only have 3 scouts, so it is a little bit difficult. We have Alexei Marchenko as well. I might look at bringing in another scout here. We did have the money to do so. We have 85 grand to work with. So let's see if we can bring in another scout or 2 that could help us out. And we're going to want to look for scouts and scouting ability. Let's see. So the evaluate player abilities is solid, and then player potential. This guy right here, John Rogers, would definitely be the guy to bring in. And he is incredibly cheap. So let's go ahead and sign him up. And he is not the only one we're going to bring in. I'm not going to try to pronounce this guy's name at all, but we're still going to sign him up. And you know what? These last 2 as well. Why not? Let's do it. Let's get as good of a scouting staff onto this team as we possibly can. Like I said, I'm quite happy with our assistant coach and his ability to pretty much handle everything I need him to handle. So we can bring in as many scouts as we need to here. And let's go ahead and scout out some of these veterans. So we'll assign someone to Yuri Tolusti. We'll assign someone to Milan Mahalik. Who else do we have here for familiar names? Tuomo Ruutu. It'd be nice to bring him in. Roman Cervenka is there. Anybody else? I believe that's Stan Cheestov. Nikita Belov. So I do have access to some KHL players here as well. Martin Gerber. That would be a hell of a pickup. Thomas Kopetsky is there. I'm not sure, to be honest. There's a couple of guys that I'd be all right with signing. There's a guy named Spilo. Solid name. Let's go back up to... Let's see, we scouted Tuomo Ruutu. Let's go for Cervenka as the last player we kind of focus on here. Now, it will take us a little bit to get this information back. And as we get a look at our team depth, we pretty much don't have any. Our team is what it is. So let's take a look here again one more time at this team. It is definitely improved. Now, keep in mind, as far as ratings go, 2 stars is... Two stars typically, at least for NHL teams, I'm not sure if that's still the case here, but 2 stars with NHL teams tends to represent decent players, like your average NHLer. No disrespect to the man, but your Riley Nash types. So 2.5 star, an above average player. 3 star is a very solid player. And then of course 3.5 star and higher, you're looking at very competent players. So we might not be all that bad. We've signed a 3-year contract. We're making $800 a year. $800 a year. What am I supposed to do? I live at the arena, clearly, but not like in my own office. I live in the janitor's closet on weekends. Otherwise, I'm sleeping out back. Wow. UC Salanoja, you are in trouble. You are not paying me a fair wage. $800 per year. What is that? Okay. Anyway, we're projected to be in the playoff race. Here's an issue, though, with the team. We have a $240K budget, and our payroll right now currently is $214. So, yeah, the odds that we're able to sign anybody, incredibly slim. So, that said, at least not the veteran type of players we were looking for, which is a shame. The question is then, is there really anybody that I can look to bring in? You know what? I don't think there is. I don't think we have the money for it. So what if we clear assignments here? Now I have way too many scouts. And let's see. Let's just go with AI assign. Let's take John Rogers off of the Eastern U.S. And do I have the option to scout free agents? That is my question. So we have the league here. And is there any option to outright scout free agents? There is not. Okay. So, actually, no, wait, there is. It's right there. Wow. There we go. Tremendous. Scout for ability, scout for quality. And we should be okay. Keep in mind, with the team, as far as I'm aware, we're only able to sign a certain amount of non-Finnish players as well. So let's go for do not include foreign players. We will focus solely on Finns, and we'll build our team up that way. So we should be good. John Rogers has that assignment, and to be honest, I think we're going to assign Dave O'Hanrahan to the same deal. I butchered his name, but that's okay. Don't include foreign players, and there we go. We're good. So let's get the team set up. We're still in the preseason, as mentioned, but if we go with tactics, actually, let's go with the AI setup organization first. All right, we're already good. Sweet. What best suits our team? We have a 4-star, as I'll call it, for torpedo attacks. Stay in your lanes, but here's the thing. I'm familiar with quite a few of these already. I've read these descriptions, of course, playing the hell out of this game on Twitch. So I kind of know what I'm looking for. And you know what, to be honest, the funnel is probably what I'll choose anyway. Because we do want a little bit of offensive creativity. We're also set to hound the puck. We could go for the neutral zone trap, left wing lock, collapsing to the net. Could go with a 2-3 or zone defense. The Nielsen system could work. Conservative traditional could work. Yeah, we're not very well suited for hound the puck. Let's go. Left wing lock. I'm thinking the 2-3 might work. You know what? Let's try it. Why not? To start the year, let's try it. We'll have our assistant set up the lines for this team. And where is our main man? Ulainen's on the third line. All right. Actually, can I swap him with Forster? That doesn't really make too much sense. Let's go ahead and keep Ulainen on the third line. I'm not familiar with any of these players aside from Ulainen, so this will be interesting to see how we do. But as you see, every player has a certain player role. I could change these if I want to. You know, this number here shows how suitable they are to that role, as far as I know. I don't know. I'm still learning, guys, with this game. I am absolutely still learning, but we will learn together. As far as our power play setup goes, we could go overload. Slot set's not a very good idea. Yeah, let's go with overload. See if that changes things up. All right, our penalty kill as well. Closing the office. We have the diamond. Diamond might be for the best. Tandem pressure, aggressive forecheck. Closing the office. Let's go with the diamond setup. And we should be good. Let's go ahead and move forward. I'm probably going to just, move along instead of, like, hey, here's everything that's happening. Another little interesting fact about this game, players can be exchanged for money outright, as two teams completed a trade, a player for $10,500. Just an interesting little tidbit. Nothing's happened yet. It's preseason. We got to keep going. All right, guys, as we've continued along through the preseason, we have our first couple of scouting reports back. Now, for some of these players, obviously, when our scouts are giving us info on NHL players, that's not too helpful. We did get interest or info on Sammy Lapisto, who, of course, plays for Jokerit in the KHL. However, he is out of our price range, as Jokerit want $3.8 million for him. However, there are a couple of players here who are in the same league as we currently are, and we're going to see if we can make a deal happen. And our first target here is going to be Tony Vidgren. Probably butchering that. There's probably some special way to pronounce that, but as I mentioned, from what I can tell, ratings are scaled. So this player in an NHL setting, not great. for our league, he's all right. And that is exactly why we are going to look to get him. He would also be an improvement on one of our left defensemen at the moment. They want $27,000 for him. And like I said, as far as our left D go, we have a 2-star guy, a 1.5 stars, 2.5 stars, and a 2-star. So I'm thinking if we trade the 1.5 stars, he's 27 years old, he's the same age. I'm thinking if we trade this guy, it'll make a little bit more sense. So we are going to try and add him to the deal if it'll let me. It might not let me. They might, oh man, I might only be able to offer money. Or not. It loaded up his page. Am I only allowed to offer money? I right-clicked again, which is normally how you would be able to hit, add player to deal. I'm thinking we might only be able to have this deal be done for money. That is exactly what it looks like. All right. Well, I'm still going to go for him, so let's go ahead and just type in ye old $27,000. And are they all right with it? He responded, but I don't yet have the answer. Let's hit offer trade. And we are going to have to wait to hear back from them. So I will let you know what happens there. Like I mentioned, it's a learning experience. Most of my experience with this game so far has been through historical sims. So there are certain aspects of this game that I'm still not all that familiar with. There is another player here, this left wing, Otto Karvainen, who we're also going to look to acquire. Not the biggest point getter, though. So that could be a concern. But, attribute-wise, not bad for the league we're currently in. Let's see what the offer would have to be. $325,000. All right, well, you have fun staying on your current team. Let's look for someone a little bit weaker, like Topias Hapainen. Oh, God, the Finnish names. This is going to be a struggle, guys. This is going to be a struggle, but we'll make it work. He is certainly not the same caliber player. Good with the puck, though, and has a good shot. Will we be able to make a deal for him? $325,000. Okay, so we're getting a defenseman. All right, so good news, guys. The trade offer has been accepted. We're picking up Tony Vidgren for $27,000. Let's go ahead and do that, improving our defense. And when it comes to moves that we can make, this is going to be one of the few. So he wants a 2-year deal, $5,000 a season, which is absolutely nothing. So we will gladly submit that offer. We still need to wait for him to accept that contract offer, but we should be good to go. We at least have the rights to sign the player. I can't imagine that he will decline at this point. So there you go. Our first pickup, Tony Vidgren. Right. We're making progress. Our league season preview is out, and for us, there's some good news here. With the Mesty season about to get underway, the early cup favorites appear to be whatever the hell that team is, led by whoever the hell that goalie is, Sebastian Ilanen. However, they can expect challenges from Espoo United, which is tremendous. We are actually expected to potentially challenge for a title this year, which is great news. The scoring race will likely see Espoo's Juuso Forsström challenged by Jonas Toivainen of Espoo, and then another player on another team. So we have title expectations, potentially, and 2 players who are expected to do very well within the scoring race. I'm not sure exactly what changed in regards to how our team is set up from one roster update to another, but needless to say, I'm pretty happy, and our goal of potentially only being here for a season. Now, at any time, we can look at available jobs, and of course, there won't be any. But, our goal here of maybe being one and done within the Finnish second tier and moving on could very well happen if we are successful this year. Now, I will say, as far as continuing and how fast we're going to move throughout this season, I'm thinking maybe a month at a time, and just give you guys updates on that scale unless something major happens. We'll see. Now, while this might not be the biggest of updates, it is worth at least pointing out that we did sign Tony Vidgren. Unfortunately, our relationship with the player has not started off on the right foot. He wanted the number 3. I refused to give it to him as it already belongs to another player, and now he's pissed off at me because he didn't get the number that he wanted. I'm sure I am not going to live to regret this signing whatsoever. Not at all. Not at all. But let's take a look at how he fits into the team, or at least how our assistant coach will set up the team based on the strategy I want to play. He is a third pairing defenseman with Westermark, or Vestermark. It might be Vestermark. I'm not sure. But regardless, there you go. There's the team. We have Toivonen and Forsström on that top line. I'm still intrigued to see what they can do. Ilanen on the third line. The regular season begins today. We're playing two-toe hockey. Two-toe. How have I never heard of this club before? Can I look at them really quick? Hold on. Let's look at all two-toe hockey Turku. Okay. Right. Let's see what they're about. As again, I will probably be moving forward. They don't have anyone that I've ever heard of, but that's not really a surprise considering it is the Finnish second tier. They have a decent team, though. They do have a solid team, so this will be interesting. The regular season will get underway. I'm sure some people, you know what? Let's do it. Let's, quote-unquote, play the first game. Now, unfortunately, this is not, it's similar to Football Manager, but as far as playing the game goes, what did I miss? Oh, I need to assign a number to another guy. Would like to change his number to the number 2. Do you agree? Sure, Bernard. Why not? You got a great name. Why not? There you go. You get the number that you want. Unlike in Football Manager, where there are kind of some on-screen graphics, there's actually players moving around, this doesn't have that, as you will see. This is more similar to almost like an NHL, website kind of tracking system, which you'll see in a moment. We could just sim the game. We will hit play game, and we'll see how this goes. For the record, this would load a bit more fast, a bit more quickly for you. If you don't, for me, right now, I have recording software going. I also have every league active. So, loading times can be a bit meh. But, for example, with historical challenges, lightning fast for me, even while streaming. Anyway, let's get this show on the road, as I think we're at the fastest sim options. We are. Cool. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can win our first game of the year. Is that guy on our team? I have no idea. He's not. We're on the power play. Lovely. Can we take advantage of it? Probably not. Nope. Hold on. We have a chance, and indeed, we did take advantage of it. Sebastian Moberg gets the first goal of the campaign. I could not tell you what line he is playing on. He might even be a defenseman. Where's Moberg? He is a right defenseman. I don't know if he's first, second, or third pairing. Well, he's first or second pairing. We know he's not third pairing. But still, congratulations to Moberg. There's another penalty, another power play opportunity for us. Let's go ahead and see how this happens. Now, as far as I know, there's still no option to sim until the end of the period. If you hit sim end, it'll go straight to the end of the game. But let's sit back and enjoy this. Of course, you have all the updates there. You can look at your player stats. The tactical advantage. Our offense is highly outmatched by their defense. They also have, we have a better defense than their offense, so that's not all that surprising. Our power play greatly outmatches their penalty kill, and their power play compared to our penalty kill is about even. The momentum bar squarely in our favor. Things are looking good. We're out shooting them 11-4 so far here in the first. I'll be happy if we can get to the end of the period without giving up a goal. We might get another one, though, and indeed, we did. Kai Lettinen. I read Kari at first. Kai Lettinen with the goal. Forsström and Toivonen on the assist, or with the assist, and we are up 2-0 early on here in the first period of our first game. The boys have come to play. 13 shots to 5. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come throughout this season. Is that guy on our team? I don't know. He's not. We're doing a tremendous job of staying out of the box. That's great. It's a good sign. End of the first period. We are up 2-0. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ilanen, how are you doing, by the way? I don't think that guy's on our team either. Is he? He's not. We have another power play. Sweet. So during the game here, you can take a look at the game rating for each player. I believe I can sort it. Can you let me sort it, please? Maybe. All right, that's not working, apparently, so we'll keep that in mind. But everyone has a game rating. Lettinen, for example, is at a 63, which is fairly good. You have Nasula at a 46, which is not. Everyone has an offensive game rating, a defensive game rating, and then you can take a look at certain stats as well. We have another power play. Let's see if we can take advantage of it. Also, their goalie, Carlos Carletto. I have heard of him. And, yeah, not for good reasons, apparently. He's doing all right, but thankfully, we appear to have the edge offensively. Game just brings you back to this menu strategy. You can change things up mid-game. Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. It's 3. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's weird. That's weird. It was the shade of blue at the bottom, much like it was for us. I expected it to be red. It wasn't. It was also blue. I thought we scored. We didn't. Matthias Lettinen. So many Lettinens. Oh, my God. Assisted by Manu Honkainen and Nicholas Lucenius. Nicholas Lucenius. I need that jersey. That is tremendous. Just put the full name on the back. 12.5 to go. Holy hell. Alexei Yarvinen. Is he ours? Shin splints. Seriously injured. Yarvinen. Okay. Thankfully, I don't wish injury on anyone. I can look at their team as well. Thankfully, I don't believe it was our player that was injured. I don't see Yarvinen listed here. I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. Is he our player? Is he? Oh, God, he's our player. Not good. So we pick up a major injury in the first game. Players who are on the ice at the time, their name is bold. Although Yarvinen was back on the ice there. So that's good. Apparently he was seriously injured, but he was back on the ice. Right. I mean, hey, he's tough. He's got heart. What can I say? Another power play opportunity for us. Right. For example, for future reference, the only time we'll ever be going through this again is playoffs. But it's the first game with Espoo. We need to make the most of it. We take a penalty. We're still outshooting them 22-8. And they did not get a single shot throughout that power play. So that is tremendous. I'm a little bit worried about Yarvinen now because of that injury. Let's just hope we can get through the second period here with the 2-1 lead intact. Momentum is still in our favor. Yanni Elgbaka. Dude, these names are tremendous in the box for roughing. Not tremendous for us, though. Nicholas Napi is in the box as well, an offsetting minor. And we will escape the second period with the 2-1 lead. The goals for Lettinen and Moberg holding up so far. Yes, I had to double check who scored, but that's okay. Third period begins. We still have that lead. We're still killing them in shots. Things are looking good. Like I said, hopefully this is a sign of things to come this season, since we are, pretty much locked in with this team. There's not too many changes we can make. There might be a couple of other players I could look to go out and acquire, much like Vidgren. We shall see. Again, we took a look at the player budget earlier. We don't have much wiggle room with this team. The only way I could see us maybe making things happen is if there's a player and money involved as an upgrade, and we are tied. Ansi Verki with the goal. It's 2-2. 29 shots to 14. Not the best of performances for our goalie Mika Norja in this game. Elgbaka back in the box, as we still have all the momentum in the world, but I don't really feel that way. We have blown the 2-goal lead. We're having trouble staying out of the box. 7 minutes to go. Tied at 2 apiece here in the third period. Elgbaka, you're killing me. You are killing me. Can you please stay out of the box? Holy hell. 5.5 to go. So looking like we're going to kill that off. Indeed, we did. 4 minutes. Next goal will win this game. They are catching up in shots in a big-time way, though. We are letting this game slip through our fingers. We're still shooting 34-21, but still, you get the point. Will we see overtime in the very first game? Yes, we will. All right, so we at least pick up a point, as far as I'm aware, with the scoring. You have the 5-minute overtime, and I believe the shootout is to follow. I gotta be honest. I should have familiarized myself with the rules, and just the rules is the perfect way to put it. Actually, should have familiarized myself with this league. I can't speak. It's the frustration knowing that we are going to a shootout, and we lost. I meant to slow down the sim there. Virtanen scored, and he was the only one to score. Järväinen missed, Napi missed, Toivonen missed, Virtanen scored, and then Hershkovits missed. And that is not the start that I wanted, as in Game 1 of the season, we blow a 2-goal lead and lose in the shootout. Tremendous start. Oh, God. How did that happen? 2,000 people showed up to watch that. I'm shocked. I mean, we might lose a little bit on the attendance after that one. First game of the year doesn't quite go the way we wanted it to. All right, guys, so as we look to wrap up this episode, I went ahead, I simmed throughout the entire month of October. It's November 1st, and we've won 9 straight games. So it might be for the best to not go into the play game option. We have 26 points through the first 10 games. The shootout loss is the only negative so far. Unfortunately, there are some other teams that are doing quite well, including Roki and Sapko. Because I'm not going to try, I mean, I could probably pronounce Rovaniemi, but Savonlinna, right. You get the point. We're doing well. Unfortunately, that's because there are 2 punching bags in this league, known as Kiekko Vanata, or Vanta, and Pelitat Heinola. Boy, again, Finnish names. This is going to be a fun first season. But let me know what you think. A month at a time, give you guys incremental updates as far as what we do. Let me know what you think. Again, the team, we're kind of, limited to what we can do. The only thing I changed in the meantime was updating the scouting to try and get, actually information on players we might be able to acquire, although that's not looking all that likely. So guys, that will do it for this first episode. We are in control of Espoo United for this first season. In the next episode, maybe we'll make it through the entire year. I'm not entirely sure. It actually does take a while with every league active to try and progress through. But I'm doing what I can. I'm ready to have a lot of fun with this series. Like I said, the goal for this first season, find success and then move on if the opportunity presents itself. But who knows? Maybe we'll see the entire tenure of our 3-year contract throughout the course of this series. So for now, that'll do it. You know what you can do to support the video and the channel. Again, link is in the description below. If you feel like picking up the game, now is the time to do so. Until next time, have a good one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.